Good day everyone, this is Crypto Portfolio Project and my name is Dan. Right now we have two projects which are going to exploit one of the biggest markets which are based on smart contracts of the Ethereum ecosystem. Recently Gnosis made news selling its coins using strange ICO mechanism. Do you want to know how its competitor, Augur, sold its coins in 2015? Do you want to know what are the main differences in economic terms and in terms of functionality between the platforms? I do, so let's check this out. What were the ICO results for Augur and for Gnosis? This is going to be the first question I will answer in my video. As you know, Gnosis collected 250,000 ethers, but the Augur, at the time of ICO, collected more than 1 million ethers. Sit tight, we are in for a hell of a ride here. Augur collected not only ethers but also bitcoins, and they got 18,000 bitcoins, while Gnosis accepted only ethers. Now you can see USD equivalents of the coins the projects collected. Of course, the exchange rate is as of today. The Augur has 11 million wrap coins, and there is going to be no inflation. Gnosis team has created 10 million. And we are very close to the most interesting numbers. Amount of coins which are possessed by investors. Augur sold 8,800,000 wrap tokens from 11 million tokens, while Gnosis, using their cool new ICO mechanism, sold 416,666 GNO tokens from 10 million GNOs, which will be in existence. What about percentage? Augur investors hold 80% of tokens, while Gnosis investors have 4% of all tokens. I will tell you the reason why later. The capitalization of Augur on the market is about $141 million, and the capitalization of Gnosis, if we use the pricing during ICO and divide numbers appropriately, is $300 million. Let that sink in. And I have to remind you that there is still no trading of GNO tokens. Augur's ICO was quite standard. Usual 5-day bonus, then the decrease of the bonus and so on. The investors received 80% of tokens during the crowd sale, while Gnosis made things more complicated. Gnosis has adopted the so-called modified Dutch auction model. This ICO mechanism makes it very expensive to buy tokens in the first day of the crowd sale, and super very expensive in the first hour. And guess what? Everything was bought out in the first 15 minutes. Basically, the longer the ICO takes time, the more tokens investors will get for a less price. But investors were crazy about this project, so due to this nonsense, valuation of Gnosis right now is 300 million USD. I also believe one of the benefits of being an early buyer in the Gnosis ICO was that you could go to consensus and have them slap you in the face while they take your money. Let's continue. I just want to summarize the economic differences between the projects before they continue to the functionality part. Augur is a holder of about 90 million USD. Can you believe that? With that, the capitalization of 140 million USD, it seems that the so-called premium for Augur, that is capitalization minus money back they have, is 50 million USD, while Gnosis has now 14 million USD in ethers. In my opinion, both money bags will grow even more in the future, but Augur has diversification in Bitcoin. The ICO terms of for Gnosis were quite misleading. To be honest, I didn't understand them on their side, so I had to read their Slack to comprehend the modified Dutch auction model. So I am kind of sorry for the investors. I can relate to them. Augur is 140 million USD in capitalization, but do not forget that their money back is 90 million USD, which leaves 50 million USD as the real capitalization, and the artificial capitalization of Gnosis is 300 million USD. Now we have come to the part with the actual functional differences between the projects. I will not cover it in great detail, but if you want more details, check the Medium post by Alexey Akhunov. This table is based on his work. So both teams have a couple of years in experience. They have been researching and creating prediction market for quite a while. The teams are really strong and professional. Gnosis is also helped by Consensus Company. The platforms will have three types of events. Binary, which is yes or no, categorical, where there are multiple outcomes. Finally, scalar, where there is going to be an upper boundary and lower boundary defined for an event. Augur will use if as a collateral during bets, while Gnosis will allow our tokens to be used as a collateral. Outcome tokens on Augur will be limited to the platform, while Gnosis will allow to trade those outcome tokens elsewhere. They will be ERC20 compliant. During the creation of a new market, users in Augur ecosystem can set up the prices, while Gnosis users are going to use services of a market maker contract. This contract will choose the price automatically. Logarithmic price scaling is experimented with, but the usage is uncertain on both platforms. And both competitors will integrate state channels and improve the speed of transactions, and hopefully it happens before the proof-of-stake transition. Oracle Backstop is basically the ability to resolve the outcomes which are challenged by users. Augur has the wrap holders, who will be the final fortress against manipulation, while Gnosis has if-based system in place. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoy my content, please like it, subscribe to my channel because soon I will post even more of a great content, and bye until the next time.